Well, nice afternoon, very sunny morning, and meant to be a chance of scattered showers later, we shall see. Yes, my chalk's out, and as I said the other week, it's not a chalk, it's not a chalk, it's not a chalk, as people point out. But when it's cold I pull it out, pardon, and it makes starting my bike easier. Well, it's not really cold, but was overnight apparently. What was I doing last weekend? Sorting a bloody gas leak out. Not on me or the bike, it was the gas behind the oven. It's been smelling for a while and I just thought nothing of it. And my mum said, oh, it's getting a bit worrying that. I said, well, I'll leave the kitchen window and the vents. Oh no, it smells strong. And your Auntie Elsie's fella used to be a gas fitter. He has a device to sniff gas and some spray. So he came down, I pulled the gas oven out, and there's an old lead pipe coming out the wall with a flexible, flexible pipe on it, a plastic pipe or whatever. And he got the sniffer out. Oh yes, yeah, definitely. I said, well, everyone can detect gas. No, it's very strong, this measures a percentage and it's so and so, blah blah blah. Then you got the sprayer and it was just like a liquid soapy type of spray, you know, to detect bubbles or produce bubbles, and lo and behold it bubbled out. Oh, I'll have to condemn that, he said. And he went to the bloody gas meter and switched it off. Don't use that until we can rip out all that and read. I said, hang on. I need that gas oven for my morning cereals, because I was on early, so that's why he come down. You know, 6 till 2 or 6 till 1 or whatever. No, you can microwave milk. I said, well, my gas fires, that's my only source of heat unless I bring my electric heaters into the front room when it gets nippy. Well, you can't use that, it's dangerous, it could blow up. I said, I'll just patch it up. No, you can't do, a lead pipe. I'll get back to you, I'll have to contact a few people because I'm retired now, I'm no longer Corgi registered. Anyway, I went out. What did I do? Got me Gorilla Glue, super glue gel out with my little paintbrush, painted it on, and it set like bloody concrete, so I put a few layers on, switched it on, and it's been fine ever since. But my mum says, Peter's very upset that you've done that. I said, well, these days all that health and safety cobblers, they use a bloody sledgehammer to crack a nut. It's sorted. I said, I'll play it by you. If I start smelling gas, I'll worry. But for the moment, it's alright, isn't it? All this health and safety crap, it's like Jeremy Clarkson says, when there's an accident, they seal all the bloody roads off and cause chaos for hours and hours and hours. Whereas in other countries, they'll just drag the wrecked vehicles to the side of the bloody road and get things moving again, and it's a similar thing. I was telling my brother, and he said, oh, you can solder a lead pipe, just get your soldering iron out, solder it, put some flux on, roughen up the surface, and that'll seal it. I said, well, I'll leave the super glue on for now, see how it goes. And as for that previous crappy video, I've deleted it because I finally got a response and the woman is investigating all my complaints. I still have no Virgin Mobile, which is a bit inconvenient. £23 credit on it. And it's just dead as a door now because they said, oh, you should have... No, I didn't get another SIM card, like I said. Anyway, I'm not going into all that. I deleted it because I thought if anyone watches it that's investigating. Because a chap were asking about my motorbike. I said all I use the internet for really is online banking, emails, and my YouTube channel. Oh, what's that? I'm into bikes. So that's why I deleted it. What have I been doing this weekend? Well, I'm going to upload a few clips. Liverpool, I went to Liverpool after work. I booked half a day off because I had half a day's holiday left on Friday. I set off for Liverpool, did very well. I was in Liverpool for about 11 o'clock. High speed trains with about 8 carriages on. Why did I go on Friday? Well, it would have been John Lennon's 80th birthday, plus a Linda McCartney photographic exhibition on, which I wanted to see. After Paul's brother was promoting it. There weren't a great deal I've not seen before though. And they're only bloody photos at the end of the day. I prefer rare films of any Beatles stuff. Where am I going today? Well, I was going to edit all that Liverpool stuff, but a lot of it's just silly. I'd had a few drinks, plus the microphone level wasn't quite right. Because I detached my camera off my work commute helmet and used another microphone on a lead and just stuffed it down the top of my collar. And it's a bit too loud in places. But I'll include a couple of clips in case anyone's interested in where John Lennon was born. Even the bloody taxi driver didn't know. I got a taxi from Matthew Street up to, I said, can you drop me off at the old maternity hospital opposite the Catholic Cathedral, Paddy's Wigwam. Where? I said, the maternity. Anyway, went up there, down a side street. It's all been demolished, mate, all these are new. I said, demolished? You sure? Yeah, look, they're all new. Anyway, he dropped me off, and I give him a generous tip because I said that us that are working should be supporting people that are struggling, so it's in my philosophy to give generous tips this weekend. Oh, cheers mate, thanks very much. And there's a little pub on the corner, so I asked the landlord. He said, no, it's there up that little alley, it's not been demolished. There's a plaque on the wall. I said, yeah, I took a picture years ago. But the plaque had gone a bit grotty, obviously no one's looking after it. And the actual hospital is now student accommodation. It stopped being a maternity hospital years ago. There's loads and loads of student flats. Well, there always has been, because I go on a little walking tour of where John Lennon and his mates were students, art students, and I go to his old digs, Gambier Terrace and Percy Street. And like I said, it's of limited interest to anyone that's just into bikes. Bike coming up. Change lanes because he's speeding. With a copper. Oh, blood bike. That sky. So I go to Blackpool. Another run through the illuminations. I'm going to Rivington just to see what's going on. Just been on the radio, there's not going to be another lockdown, is there? Lots of messing around in Liverpool, having to sign my name and put my number down and everything. Track and trace before I could order a beer. Yeah, a good weekend, but very noisy. I mentioned on my video that actually someone told me that the Adelphi where I stayed, I felt compelled to stay there because I've been there for 25 consecutive years for that Beatles do I used to go to. But someone said it's been used to house the homeless, hence all the bloody door banging and shouting in the middle of the night. I hardly had any sleep, so I came back early yesterday. Yesterday I came back early, so I was knackered. I didn't see any potentially homeless people loitering around, but someone said, oh, that's why it's noisy. That's why it's always been noisy. Silly sods coming home from the clubs at 3 AM, slamming, instead of closing the door gently, bloody slamming it. And wake up with a bloody jump. And then I felt a scratch on my foot, and it was a bloody spring sticking out of the old mattress. So all I did was turn the mattress over and it was fine. Why didn't the bloody cleaning staff do that? I'll ease off the throttle, let this chap in. No need to brake. Nice day, innit? Nice time of year, isn't it? Autumn. It's the camera picking up all the browns coming through. Spent quite a bit in Liverpool, but I was saying to my mate Clive at work, I said, it's instead of going up this with you, I spend a bloody fortune, taxes and a curry, 20 odd pounds. And you were laughing. I bought him a souvenir for only cheap, £2.99, a Mr. Bean mask. I said, I've got you an anti-virus mask, and I'll pull it out and them cardboard things with elastics on. Mr. Bean. Yeah, I bought some more of them 3D pictures that were going cheap. The two shops that sell Beatles stuff on Matthew Street were selling stuff off cheap, just to entice customers, I think, because they had such a lousy summer trade-wise with all this clampdown and not the usual influx of American and Japanese tourists. They had a crap summer, so therefore they were selling stuff cheap, so I bought them with a view to selling them on when all this is over. I'll take them to Liverpool and stick them on my mate's stall. He actually invited me to go next, he said, why not come next year? I said, well, I'll think about it, but I want to do it on my own rather than stop in his bloody room. He snores like a bloody pig. And he also sneaks his mate in for a free weekend, lounging on the settee. There's a settee in the bigger rooms, you know, if you book a twin. Is that alright? I said, well, not really. If we get caught and all get thrown out, just because your mate don't want to fork out full of room, it's a bit of a bloody, what do you call it, imposition. And you were pinching bloody towels on. What are you doing? No, you do, don't you? Taking a couple of towels home for kids. I said, for kids? Who do you think's dried their ass with them towels over years on these bloody people? You don't pinch towels. Carefully, look at this lot. Thank you. You're not cutting across my path. I do have my low door in. Yeah, so it's another merry tootle, taking it easy. Was that rat burger van open last time? Didn't have a lot to eat yesterday. I'm meant to be on a diet though. Yeah, good yachting weather with this stiff breeze. I'm dreading winter. Then again, last winter wasn't too bad, was it? Only got taxis to work about a dozen times because of the icy roads, or they felt a bit icy. I go out in the morning and slur my feet on the road, and if it feels suspect I just ring a taxi. Not risk sliding this bike down the road. Imagine if I got a new CBF with all that plastic on and that slid down the road. There's another one on eBay at the moment, 6,000 miles, that's all, for £4 from a dealer down in Dorset. A nice blue one, not a scratch, not a mark on it. And to think I could have afforded that when I got my pension money out. But like I said, I'm not one to just buy a new bike for the sake of it like some people do. Buy a new bike, don't use it, then get shut of it. Nothing behind, good. See another load of cars, are they all making the most of the pubs? I suppose that's a good thing. I don't know what's going on. It's like Piccadilly Circus. Old Kawasaki 2-stroke. Frighten them dogs by revving it. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I'm thinking of staying in Liverpool another night and coming back today, but Sunday's a bit of a pain in the arse on the train. If you miss one, it's about 2 hours wait till the next one, and if nothing's open. I used to go for a look round the shops, just the shopping centres near the station, but nothing's open. You know, and have a meal in a cafe. There's a big cafe there. Even the bloody kiosks for snacks on the station were shut, and no newspapers neither. A lot of bollocks, innit? The girl behind the counter puts a screen up and a mask on. There's no harm with selling newspapers and pop and crisps and snacks and stuff. The ones at Liverpool were open. On my return journey I got a couple of nice brownie, £2.59 for a little brownie slice, and I got 2 and a bottle of pop. Only negative thing that happened when I got to Blackburn on the way back, sorry, got to Preston and got the Blackburn train, a Pakistani lad got on and I was on the table, you know, with 3 empty seats and me on. And there was a girl opposite on the other table, and there were bands on the seat saying "do not sit here," and he sat down, took his mask off and started jabbering shite on his phone to one of his silly bloody mates. No, they talk, fuck off. I said, oi, oi, oi. I said, can you put your mask on? I said, you're spitting on that girl, I can see it coming out your mouth. And he put it on, stared at me, held his phone up like he was taking a picture. And then he took it off and started glugging pop, and he left it off, put it on the bloody table with all his spittle on, and and then train was pulling into Blackburn because it was a fast train, only took 20 minutes. It was a York train which doesn't stop at all the little tiny stops. So as I was getting off, I attempted to grab his phone. I was going to throw it over a wall on the platform, and it didn't quite do anything. You fuck off, you old... I said, yeah, go on, have a go, so I'll pull you inside out. And there was a guard, you know, on the platform. I said, who supervises this not wearing masks and fining people? I said, you should fine him. And he just stared at me with his bloody mouth open. He was a white bloke, amazingly. So no one's policing it, are they? All this fine of £3,200. I thought, yeah, it probably only applies to white people. They're alone to themselves. We rule the world, we master this. Yes, I've just spotted the tower. Should I go to Blackpool? I've got a long night ahead of me because it's afternoon shift. Oh, there's a tower on the right. That's further than 25 miles away. That's lovely, doesn't it? Still, between the clouds, it's lovely here. Bit breezy, so on the coast it'll be even worse, I imagine. Are all those saplings growing yet? Oh, a few of them are. Oh, they're not conifers. I thought it'd be a thicket of pine trees, but it's not. I wonder what sort they are. It'll be nice having a forest the side of the road, won't it? Yeah, plant more trees, we should all think green. That's what we want. More nice countryside and forests. Don't like bland barren hills. You know, gonna stop coming this way, better the other way through Chorley. Have a look through the bike shop. I think I'll go back that way. In fact, I want to, I was telling a new lad at work, he's an ex-army lad called Eddie. And I was telling him about them rum truffles. I said I'll try and get a bag and bring them in on Monday for you to sample. He likes a drink or two. He's a right pleasant lad, not the normal ex-army loony. He's got a good sense of humour. No flood. Yes, there is. Every time it rains, because the bloody drains are full of soil, we get a bloody big puddle. It slopped on me, my jeans and my boots. I know I shouldn't, I keep saying I'll wear my leathers on every journey from now on, and I don't. I didn't intend to come here actually, but I thought, well, why not? I was going to do my usual trip to Aldi and then edit my Liverpool video, but when I realised most of it's silly crap with the microphone too loud, I should have got one of them little fluffy things. The deal of them, they're about £3 to £5 for them little fluff things. You can make your own out of belly button fluff or something. There's foam on it, you know, but I stuck it because it picked my vocals up from my throat. Yeah, slow down a little bit. Busy today, isn't it? Does that mean it's going to be bloody full at Rivington? If it is, I'll just turn round and go home, not bothered. About a brew and a rat burger, really. And will there be lots of leaves on the path up? Have to be careful, especially if they're all compacted like a bloody ice rink. Not checked my bike for ages. You know, we meant to do a pre-ride check. But last time you did yours, months ago, like me. I've not checked the tyre pressures for ages either, or inspected the tread, or inspected for sharp things stuck in. In fact, Eddie says in his car, he has a Mercedes car, and he said, I've got a bloody nail in mine, it's slow puncher, but I've not had it seen to yet. I said, oh, do you not leave them in? I'm not sure what the deal is with car tyres. No, if you pull it out. I think car tyres, when there's a nail in, doesn't it seal it? Is there an extra skin or something? Oh, she's a pretty little thing with shapely legs. Well, I mentioned on my video I didn't actually have a night out around Liverpool. When I checked into my hotel, I flopped on the bed because I've been awake since 3 AM after work on Friday. After the pub, you know, I went at 5 o'clock, well no, 4 o'clock, went back to the hotel. Sorry, went to the hotel, checked in, unpacked, put telly on, flopped on the bed, closed my eyes, woke up, and it was 7:30 and dark, and I was so knackered I thought I'm not going to bother going out to the pubs again. I intended on going for a curry, you know, but that might not have been wise because walking around on Saturday might have had me dashing to the bloody bog. Anyway, autumn colours, can you see? You see autumn colours? I don't know where. Yes, you can fit. It's a car, not a bus. Dizzy woman driver, dithering. Dizzy dithering woman. Ooh, another car. I'll pull in here just out of courtesy. Oh, yeah, don't thank me, Albert. No. Oh, I do it for everyone. I should have shooted me on and said, get out fucking way, eh? Do you want a smack, son? Do you want a Kirby kiss? Miserable lot, aren't they? Right, what's the deal then? Oh, bloody hell. Why do you wear them tight jumper things? You know, this is autumn hikers and a bit of sunshine, so therefore the bloody roads are packed, aren't they? Another one. Think nothing of it. Eh? Oh, don't thank me. Oh, I haven't done. I see they're all coming. What's going on? I'll turn my engine off for now. You see that door open just as that we're going past. Daft as brushes, like a lot of our population. What's he doing? So what I mean, daft. I'm stopping here for a bit. He hasn't parked there, has he? You're just thick sods, aren't you? Why has he stopped there? Why? Has he seen these cars coming up here? It's just as bad on the other lane though. There used to be a bottleneck there on that little bridge where there's a short bend. Let's go up and see what's going on. More women drivers. So, is it fenced off again? Yes. I don't know. That black woman and the old bats were arguing with that chap. Because they parked too close to the car in front, couldn't reverse enough to pull out, therefore everyone were held up. Women, know your place, in the kitchen, stay indoors, don't come out driving. Nice all back, the vela sets. You could park on that little path there, couldn't you? If it weren't all blocked off, look at that. Unless you're saying it's not allowed or something. Let's have a look round the bikes. I might not even stop. Not particularly hungry. Virus chaos. Like someone pointed out about that social distancing bollocks, someone was, not much social distancing. Well, who gives a shit? It depends if you believe it's all genuine or not. And if you believe the official figures. Don't believe every bit of guff you hear on the BBC, and our souls will tell you anything. Nice BSA twin. Let's have a look, let's have a look. Lovely that, isn't it? As usual, no idea what model it is, because they never had anything on the side panels. Look at that, gleaming, full restoration. Picture, I can't get a good shot of it. So look at this vela setting instead. It's nice, isn't it? Bird Relic 4, it looks like it's a 1930s one. Has that been here before? Looks familiar. Can't be many about that old. Oh, golden flash. 650 twin. It says on the tail light. Beautiful job. I think I'll walk round a full circle and cobblers to it. CCM. Not Carl Fogarty, is it? Old Kawasaki Z650. Oh, look at that one, an BMW C1s. Little cab on wheels. Another old train, Velridge. Mid-70s. Ventilated drum brake. I always like them old trains. That wouldn't fit in my yard, would it? The microphone scratching me. Tin tab keeps rubbing. Another train, I'm going to start it up. I do like to listen to the old train engine noise. Carriage. The year before the other one was an L. Better move in there to well, but if he's... Oh, he's not going to set off, or is he? Gloves are going on. He'll be walking it out, won't he? Can you get through there, Dad? No, move your back. Okay, I've moved it once. Well, you haven't left room, Albert. Move it wider. It's a bike, not a bike. Oh, one pop. Tickle it, Albert, tickle it. Bloody hell, imagine being stuck at traffic lights on a rainy morning, going to work like they used to in the 50s and 60s. Toot toot, I can't get it going, we'll push it outside the bloody road then. Oh, there we are. Sounds nice though, doesn't it? Can't reproduce that with the modern ones. Yeah, it's a very nice old thing. It's like a thing that Steve McQueen would be on. Is it worth queuing? Social distancing to eat a burger and glug a brew. Or should I just get home? I have to go into the rum truffle shop. See huge cars in the Chelsea tractors and the squeeze round bends. The size of that Volvo X Summit 60. Looking if there's any seats, don't think there are. I suppose I could sit on that wall with a hot brew. But there's a queue, can you see a queue? About 10, 12, 15 people. Ah, gobblers to it. I'm not queuing for half an hour just to get a bloody wheat brew. They won't use 4 tea bags, will they? We're still filming. Just check before I set off. Yep, still filming. I think I'll go the other route back in case we meet some of the silly buggies coming up. Look, more strugglers. Yeah, I should have put my indicator bleeper on. Or yes, that's a rare cavalry charge sound caused by pressing 2 buttons at once. I think it's just as bad here. I think this will be my last visit here this year, cobblers to it all. It'd be better, wouldn't it, if one road said bikes only, i.e. the straight road, the other road was for cars only. And sort something out with the bloody parking. Bloody hell, over there, the giant family. Sorry, I'm being a bit fattest there, shouldn't be fattest. Especially as I need to lose a couple of stone. Right, which way back? Hey, a pet shop. I used to buy catnip from a pet shop where, oh yeah, we're going to go to the Polish shop for some rum truffle as well. Pet shop might have restricted bloody serving, but my ginger's got a liking for catnip again, so I thought I'd have to treat him. And the pet shop is, oh, is it worth bothering? just for me cat. No, I think I have a little bit left at home, but he likes the powder. There was a shop in Liverpool, a cat cafe for cat lovers. I didn't go in though because it was empty and it looked a bit restrictive, you know, with all the cobblers. Don't sit there, sit here. But there were 3 lovely cats. I think they were Persians with long fur, you know, in the window. But it said, do not knock on the window. Then again, going the roadway is a bit crap. And like I keep saying, you go this way, you get a different perspective, don't you, of the hills and things. And as I think it's going to be a continuous upload as far as the ride on the country road section is concerned, I think I'll go back this way. Still get to that rum truffle shop. Right, cars whizzing around the corner. No, not whizzing exactly. We are the Village Green Preservation Society. Village Green Tea Room Rivington. We are the Village Green Preservation Society. That's a Kink song, but Kate Rusby, a folk music girl from Barnsley I like, has done a cover of it. She had to cancel all her concerts this year. She's on Twitter. Mike McCartney hasn't responded to all my photos I sent to him of my trip to Liverpool. I think he's still sulking. Wonder if he watched that video, because I mentioned about my videos. I thought, did you watch it? And then I were criticising him in one of them. Yeah, Talbot, I've seen you. Ooh, we've got that flood to negotiate again, haven't we? But at least on the right side this time. Nice hill, look at a nice hill. Pine trees on. So that's a Wilcox Farm caravan site. I think you're just taking it easy here so they don't splash people. They're not concerned about a bit of water, are they? They're just concerned about, giant wheels and fat tyres. Yeah, that's why I put Look at them. Just go through it slowly, you silly sod. I think they're all friends, aren't you, in the 4x4s, arseholes. Let's go through that big puddle fast and make a big splash. But they have beards. They'll be fat with woolly cardigans on and beards. And wellies on. I'll do a brief stop and carry on because I want to just have a look at the coast. Can you see? Look behind you. Liverpool Tower right ahead on the right. See that gas platform? Nice view, you can't probably see with being wide angle. But there's a block called Look on the Wild Side that has some kind of gizmo, and you could actually see the Isle of Man. What's it called? Mount something or other in the Isle of Man from Blackpool. Amazing. How far is Isle of Man from Blackpool? And I was telling him I've got a good pair of binoculars, and even them probably couldn't pick that out. It's not a phone, of course, it's a proper camera which he does his videos on, you know, with a big lens on. Yeah, the Isle of Man from Blackpool. Must have been a very clear day. It was a bit fuzzy, you know, but he said that's a mountain. What's it called? Not Scarefell, is it? Whatever. So there we are. A little look at Rivington to see what's going on. It's got me off my arse and out of the house, off the settee and away from your laptop. So, what have I got in? Not much food in, unless I eat some tins or something. Should I have a pizza? Should I have a Chinese? 3:15. Should I treat myself to a Chinese king prawn curry with egg fried rice? I've not one for ages. Like I said, I should be cutting back on my spending after spending a small fortune at Liverpool, but this coming wage at the end of October is a 5-weeker, but although there'll be a slight cushion, I won't benefit from it because of all my spending in Liverpool. We are the village green, alright, no cars, no. Could go through Darwin on that bumpy little road again, through the pine forest. Because this way, oh yeah, go through right here, what's it called? I forgot the name of the village now. Oh, Tockholes, yeah, where Carl Fogarty used to live. He lived there and he moved house, but why would you move house just to live about 5, 6, 8 or so miles away? You're going to move house, do a proper job and move up the lakes if money's no object. Oh, there's some nice hills up there. That's a nice little run up that road. I'm not sure where that comes out though. Edgerton Road, that's it. Let's hope there's not too many leaves on dodgy corners. Or bumps. I do view the bathroom place opposite nice apartments. Why would there be a bathroom place there? Did he make them in that factory or something? It might be like that Carry On film, W.C. Boggs, toilet manufacturer. Carry on at your convenience. Everybody out. Ooh, clouds looming, it said showers later. Might be going home at the right time then. Yes, I'm looking straight ahead. Don't get distracted by distractions and scenery. Ooh, grey clouds. Yeah, I think I'll go through Darwin because I want to check out that Indian. Not that I'm going to get a curry, but I said to Clive, should we not go to Darwin again and have a curry? We promised that bloke. Come back. And I like to keep to my word. Yeah, we're going on the piss round Darwin, and I said, oh, what's the curry house? And he said, oh, there's two, a Naz and a Cash. So we went in the Naz. This was about a month and a half ago. And the prices were shocking. So we just walked out. And Clive left his bloody keys there. When we got back from piss up, we got out at the taxi. Where's my keys? Where's my keys? I can't get in my flat. Where's my keys? I said, oh dear. So I contacted a couple of pubs we've been in on Facebook. No luck. Let's have a race. What's wrong with people? Oh, I put my foot down. It's a country road. A dodgy surface, stones all over it, but I'm going to put my foot down and catch up with that bike. Yeah, and yeah, look at the colour of that sky. What's going on? It's gonna. Don't say it's pissing down over Darwin, and I've only got my jeans on. Yeah, Clive's keys. I contacted, oh yes, keys are here. You walked out, didn't you, with your friend? I said, well, they're my mate's keys, are not mine. I said, I'll come back tomorrow and pick them up. Because I was a bit rat-arsed. So I went back the day after. We cannot find keys. I thought, oh, are they being funny because we walked out? I said, tell you what, I'll get a takeaway. I said, I've got nothing in for me din-dins. So I got a £12 takeaway, and miraculously they found the keys. I'm going to do a video of that, but I thought, well, it's a bit silly, isn't it? Oh, look at this sudden change in the weather. Look at that arsehole's fly tipping. Do this lot look suspicious? Rumours are it's some kind of either dogging spot or a gay meet-up, that's what I was told. Don't know if they were you were red in the face, what's been doing? Don't know if it's true or not. dogging. The mind boggles. The mind biggles. Oh, fire. Be careful here. People whiz around on this road despite it being a 50. This is the Bolton road from Darwin leads to Bolton. 866. Turton Tower down there. I went there to do a bit of filming. So my tyres and went off. Went there a couple of years ago. I think I've covered all the places there are to see in Lancashire. I thought of going on my bike to Liverpool, but then thought better of it. Because, did I tell you, the train was just £19.50. The bloody taxi back from Blackburn to my house in a black cab yesterday was £13.50. Robbing swines. A normal cab would have been a tenner or even less. Then black cabs are extortionate. As soon as you get in, it's got nearly £3 on the meter. Yes, we must keep supporting our little businesses. Oh yeah, can you see Indian Mill chimney? Victorian elegance, just to make it a bit more interesting and aesthetically nice. There are race ladders. Flame Steakhouse Bar and Grill. Oops. Yeah, Supreme. Oh, that's diesel. Supreme unleaded. There we are. 97 octane. That's the stuff. I know silly requests about helmets. SO Supreme. It'll go like a rocket after. Yeah, it shouldn't need so much in it, it's only just come on. Right, yeah, 1698. 17. A good guess. Hello, £17 in the paper, please. Deer on Sundays, aren't they? Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. See ya. Let's have a quick look at my bike. Looking grassy because I've not cleaned it for months. Not bothered. Not a shore bike, is it? Right, next stop. What do you call it? Shop. Polish shop. See if we have any of them truffles in. Despite being called chocolade in Polish and Wawel, the manufacturer, and truffle meaning truffle like we say truffle, you don't understand every time I go in. You look confused. I don't know what I'm on about. One reached on shelf for some rum once, a bottle. I said, no, rum, chocolate, truffle, Wawels, rum flavour. Unless I've seen you over it. He's going a bit too fast in that huge truck. Like I said, all truck drivers are mental. What's he doing? Roundabout, someone turning and he's cruising across. Thank you. Right. See if we have any truffles in. Space up there to park. If he hasn't. Like I said, he got confused last time. Cappuccino. Coffee. Hello. The Wawel truffle, there was no chocolate rum flavour, is there? Used to be a rum flavour, very nice. No. Sometimes that shop has them, sometimes this. So I'll try the other shop. The rum flavour, you know, they're delicious. I take them to work. It's alright, I'll ask at the other shop. Yeah, is it open? Where's it gone? Oh no. Further than I thought. Is that my paper? No. Please wear masks. last time they were here. Vavel. The Vavel's there, but no truffles. Hello. Oh, is it one way? Sorry. Oh, it's okay. It used to have a rum flavour, like a rum flavour of Vavel truffle, chocolate truffle, but
That one is the worth now.
yeah, nuts and peanuts. But there's one rum flavour, like a drink flavour.
That one is chocolate.
Yeah, do you not have the rum one anymore? It was called a truffle. I used to buy 4 bags, but I take them to work, you know, 'cause they taste like rum. They're delicious. It said Vavel, chocolate truffle. Well, no, it's these Vavels that did them. No, I don't think there are either. It's okay, I'll take these instead. But they were delicious. The Vavel truffles were delicious. Yeah, but there's not so many in. These are good value. There's loads in. Well, also, these are easy to carry on my motorbike. Oh. No, I'll take these, thank you. These will be okay. There's a bit here. Oh dear. I used to buy 4 or 5 bags of the rum truffles. They were delicious. Thank you. Thank you. These are all Vavels as well, aren't they? None of these rum flavour. No. Right, thank you. See what I mean? It's hard work, innit? They know what rum is, surely. I see rum, drink, flavour, yes. So I'm stuck with crappy peanut flavour. With me back. Oh, I can see Wallace. That's what's been pinned, son. Why is he not selling them? I don't know, the Polish shops must be hundreds in this area. She knew what I meant, didn't she? Oh, you can see that hole. That's why I need some more. Although I got a cupboard full of gloves, some have got holes in, some are too tight. You know, I send for 4XL and it turns out they're too bloody tight. I'll wait, no rushes. Once again in the wrong gear, sorry sod. What's that? A knackered bike with bits missing. There's way too many Alberts. He's shut, so I think I'll get a garlic bread or a pizza or something. Well, thank you for watching my trip to Rivington, but keep tuned because my trip to Liverpool will now appear, heavily edited probably. Yes, where am I going? On a Friday morning, the 9th of October. Well, that train was almost empty. Hopefully that's a good sign. Because I intend on going to Liverpool. Because it would have been John Lennon's 80th birthday today. And there was all sorts of things planned. So I booked a hotel for one night near Delphi. But I think all the bands playing would have been cancelled. Not sure about the pubs, but I just thought I'll still go anyway and see what's going on. Did very well with the trains, one waiting at Preston Station.
Ladies and gentlemen, next stop for this service in just a few moments will be Leyland. Any passengers travelling in the rear three coaches of this service wishing to leave the train at Leyland, please make your way forward as the train is too long for the platform. That's any passengers travelling in the rear three carriages of this service wishing to leave the train at Leyland, please make your way forward as the rear doors will not be on the platform at Leyland. Leyland next stop.
Yes, this is a high-speed service with about 8 carriages on, so it should be in Liverpool in just 1 hour. Here we are in Liverpool. Scattered showers, windy. That's the art gallery over there behind the green statues where Lennon McCartney's photo exhibition is, which is where I'm going first. There's a bit of filming going on here, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a news report about John Lennon's birthday. There's meant to be a camera crew going to the Strawberry Fields thing today because George Michael owned John Lennon's piano and he's donated it or loaned it. Well, his family have or whatever, as soon as he's dead. George Michael's estate have loaned it to Strawberry Fields or donated it. Because I think Strawberry Fields, which used to be an orphanage in the 50s, still does stuff like that, you know, looking after kids. Lots of changes since I first came here in the 80s. There were little shops here at one time. Right, I'll go and have a look at the gallery. Liverpool Empire Theatre says we will rock you, March to April this year. Probably all cancelled because of the bloody virus. That's what I saw on my 50th birthday at the Dominion Theatre in London. You know what this filming is? Apparently they filmed Batman, Gotham City. They filmed Batman scenes here, a load of flowers and American flags there. Why film here? Does it look American or something? Strange idea. Well, I've just been around the exhibition. All this is fenced off just for making this bloody film. They were doing it, was it last year? I know they were doing it when it was my birthday in March. So is St George's Hall closed because of the filming? Picture got some nice old postcards of this area. It's on the Linda McCartney exhibition. I've seen about 90% of them already. Yeah, I'll have a look at the Beatles shop on Matthew Street and then get a taxi up to the maternity hospital, I think, to take the pictures with the time code on, with the birthday on. In case you were wondering, that's where one of the Mersey Tunnel entrances is, near the end of the museum row, and the back of St George's Hall. It goes under the river. I always thought they were joke glasses from Blackpool. Look at them. If he went out in them in the sunshine, he'd set his bloody eyebrows on fire, wouldn't he? Let's have a look at Bridget's. I just seen an advert for a John Lennon exhibition but it said ends November 19. You want to update the bloody hoardings and boardings. Nice old buildings up here. Adolf Hitler missed in the Blitz. Any gaps with modern buildings or... Oh, I went for a look in there before. Big hallway. Yeah, any gaps are where the bombers destroyed the buildings during the war. In the Beatles Street, well, Beatles area, Matthew Street, just a bit further up here. Yeah, it's raining again.
Okay, who's next? Yes.
Bob, would you do one of your famous tavern introductions for
us? Okay, here goes, folks. Hi there, all you Cape Dwellers. This is Bob Willis saying, welcome to the best of sellers. We got the hi-fi high and the lights down low, so here we go with the Alan Williams Show.
He's the birthday boy himself. I've just been in the Beatles shop, the basement shop, and he's having a sale, all sorts of goodies, very cheap. I told my mate Kevin to come. I said you might get some bargains. No, I'm working, Steve. I'm working at his shop. This was people having a sale. And like I said, you get some bargains. Oh, there's a sign. Another John Lennon statue. Still have the 3D Sergeant Pepper that I got for 10 quid a couple of years ago. There's one I've been looking for years, a 3D rubber sole one, but nobody sold it. In America they did, but not here, for some strange reason. Beatles monopoly. Cavern pub is shut. The Wall of Fame. All these new bars. Cavern Club restaurant shut. Cavern Club shut. Caribbean pub. Oh, Eric's still open. And that was where the original entrance was to the cavern. So the newly rebuilt one is 40 feet away. This museum is run by Pete Best and his brother, the original drummer that was with the Beatles for 2 years and he got sacked. Is that meant to be an original hat wore in the photo shoot? I very much doubt it. Oh, I've done it all up since our last in. We were 15 quid last time, I wonder if it's gone up. There used to be a basement club there, the John Lennon bar. Flanagan's Apple shut. That used to be a fans shop called the Cavern Mecca, run by a couple, but she got cancer and died, so he jacked it all in. The right hand side hasn't changed much since the early days, but all the ones on the left got demolished for some reason. Yes, I've just been in the pub for a pint of Guinness and a double Jameson's Irish whiskey. The taxi driver, £5.40 coming up here from Matthew Street, and he didn't know, oh, I think the hospital has been demolished and all these new buildings have gone up. I said, demolished? There was a John Lennon blue plaque on. And it's not been demolished because this is it, the original building where John was born. The date on 1924 there. John was born in 1940 at 6:30 AM 9th of October 1940. There's a myth that it was during an air raid, but that's been dispelled. A researcher looked into the record of the bombing on Liverpool and there wasn't an air raid on that date. Princess Mary, 1924, March 12th. March 12th is when Paul and Linda got married in 1969. And there's John's plaque. You think they'd have cleaned it for today, wouldn't you? Can you see me? Oh, there we are. Displays come back on. This is not here. Picture about the electric pipe. Lennon Studios, Cambridge Court, United students' accommodation now apparently. So there we are. I wanted to get a still of it with today's date on. So I'll see if it fits in the frame. Happy birthday, John. I thought I'd send a picture with the date on to Sean in New York. And just still keep it nice and still. A little bit further back, picture about them vans. Yeah, I told the taxi driver it's right next to the Catholic Cathedral, and he took me around the bloody back. Silly sod. Oh, that's better, in the full frame now. I was just telling the taxi driver if John will have stayed in the UK and just bought a big house. Well, he had a big house, he had Tittenhurst Park in Ascot in Berkshire. He paid 110 grand for it in 1969. That was, I think you multiply it by 10, so £1 million. And he sold it in 1974. I think Ringo lived in it for a year. And then he sold it to a bloody Arab. Ringo sold it to an Arab, and the Arab ripped out the recording studio. It said it was all in a skip at the front of Tittenhurst Park. I mean, you've seen the film Imagine. That's where it was filmed, Tittenhurst Park, lovely ground. I think it was 72 acres of land with a big lake on. And I think that taxi driver said, I think it was Yoko that insisted he moved to America. I said, yeah, you're probably right. A lot of myths about that he was under the thumb with Yoko. He actually called her mother. You know, he said, mother, mother. And he said he was looking for a mother figure because his mum died when he was 17. She got run over outside Aunt Mimi's house on Menlove Avenue. Run over by an off-duty copper who'd been drinking. No breathalyzer in them days, believe it or not. Just jump in your car, piss and run people over. Oxford Street. So, taxi driver could have come up there, turned in there, instead of getting bloody lost. The font. Students, boy. Well, here we are, Philharmonic dining rooms, actually Philharmonic pub. Did he do food? Oh, fish and chips. There's a blue plaque there, but nothing to do with John Lennon. John would go in for a few beers after the art college had shut. And often get bored, and when he got bored he retired to another little pub where we're going next called Ye Crack, down the lane up there. Very ornate, these marble bogs, broken windows there. Marble bogs and ornate plaster ceilings with all sorts of edifices carved. But the stained glass is incredible. I don't know if we'll be allowed to film inside, we'll see. I just asked the lad if this was where Paul McCartney and his band were, and he said yes. Can you see all that lovely ornate wood and stained glass? chandelier, panelled walls. And you see all this marble sinks, I think it's marble anyway, or fake marble, an old bog, a modern bog. But the floor is just a huge mosaic. The adamants. There should be a sign saying John Lennon pissed here, shouldn't there? It's not particularly old, it's only late Victorian, but it's just lovely, isn't it? On these old tiles, them tiles. You see. Mosaic and plasterwork everywhere. Oh, it's lovely, it's a pleasure to piss here. Ooh, could do with a clean, couldn't it? So there we are, the Philharmonic pub on Hope Street, Liverpool. Yes, here we are, Rice Street, and Ye Crack is there. I don't know if it's open. John Lennon's law club when he was at the art college. I've got a picture of him with Cynthia sat on a car roof, Ford Popular car roof just round the corner. I'll go to the exact location in a minute. That's the top of the enormous Anglican cathedral. See, that's Church of England, and this one's Catholic. So it's meant to be a street that harmonises the two religions. And this street is Faulkner Street, and as you can see, it's cobbled. They kept the original Victorian cobbles, so it's often used for television things apparently. And when John got married, Faulkner Street, that's right. See, I remember it all. Number 36 is where Brian Epstein had a flat, and he let John and Cynthia use it for the first 6 months of the married life. But fans found out where it was and he got pestered, you see, so he actually moved back to Mimi's house, his Aunt Mimi in Menlove, 251 Menlove Avenue in Woolton, because of all the hassle from the fans, and they didn't get hassle back there. So yeah, steeped in John Lennon history in this area. I just hope this pub's open. We've got some marvellous little wooden partitions from the early 1800s. I think that's when this was built. And there's a good picture of him and Cynthia sat with the brick wall in the background, sat down on the steps. Raining again. There we are. Hello. Number 36, Faulkner Street, Faulkner. John Lennon and his first wife, Cynthia's first flat. But that's an original door. Owned by Brian Epstein, and apparently he had the flat to meet up with his clandestine boyfriends, because of course he was gay, as if, well, he used to call it queer, didn't he, in the 60s, 50s. There's these cobble streets and old gas lamp styles, which are now electric, of course. Oh, now that one, yeah. They have them side pieces on because the side pieces is where the lamp light would have his ladders, and the leaner ladders against the side pieces to light the gas lamps. You have to go around and manually light them up every evening. That old pub, Ye Crack, I've just been, knocked on the door, and he said, "We're open at 5 o'clock, love." Oh, that's a 5, alright. I was thinking I was going to go for a curry, but that might not be very wise because of my guts. So I thought, should I go for a nice meal elsewhere and return in the locale of this area and then go in the pub for a little aperitif after I had a meal at 5. And there is a restaurant on Hope Street actually. I was wondering where Percy Street is, because Percy Street is where Stuart Sutcliffe had a flat, John's mate from Art College. And many years ago in the 80s, you can see the chimney stacks, tall with loads of chimney pots, untouched since Victorian time. They're the original crown chimney pots. And on Percy Street, every now and again, they had a sundial type of thing, like a sun thing. And on the back was discovered carvings with the initials JL on the block of flats where Stuart Sutcliffe had his flats. And they said, well, John and Stuart must have gone on the roof to sunbathe or whatever and carved a sun face in the back of the sundial effect, ornate thing on the roof. Well, I can't remember where Percy Street is. I'll have to try and find it. I've not brought a map. This is nice, isn't it? Do I sound slightly pissed? I've had 3 double whiskies and 3 pints so far to give me an appetite. Hello, yes. Here we are at the Art College and Paul McCartney's and George Harrison's old school, the Liverpool Institute. And they've had all these stone cases, reproduced stone cases. They're actually luggage bags, aren't they? Bags and trunks and things. Yeah, that is now the Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts, where posh kids can go and learn stuff. And the reason I'm filming here is that picture of John Lennon, Cynthia and 2 of John's Art College pals are sat on a Ford Popular's roof. Very naughty. Blackburn Place. And Hope Street, can you see? Blackburn was that school there. It's a school for girls, Blackburn School for Girls. Blackburn House. And I live in Blackburn, nothing to do with, it's got an E on the end. Blackburn. Oh bugger, the sun's out. That'll spoil the picture. Look at this, a vintage Bentley. Wedding car though. Yeah, this spot here, I'll see if I can do an intersection with the original picture. It's that corner there, I think. John, Cynthia and 2 of his college pals just sat on the roof of someone's Ford Popular. And you can tell by the windows, you know, which is the spot. Very naughty. And I remember that Percy Street is left up here, because we once went to it on one of those Beatle tours. Might not be of any interest to you amateur viewers, but you know, I like all this Victoriana. I mean, look at that, an original Victorian shoe scraper. Because your feet would be full of horse shit walking around the streets in those times. Oops, just knocked it off accidentally. That's what they'd be. Your feet, your shoes would be full of horse shit, so you scrape them off before going into people's houses. And a lot of them are still there from years ago. Yes, here we are at the Anglican Cathedral, and it's difficult to get a perspective with this camera of just how huge that is. It's just enormous. But it wasn't completed until 1973. They kept faffing around and delaying it, you know. And this might look a bit grotty, but this is all student flats, and number 3, Gambier Terrace, was where John and Stuart Sutcliffe, his best pal from art college, had a flat. And they got in trouble. They were so skint they were burning the furniture to stay warm one winter, probably 1959. Yeah, they got in trouble from the landlord for burning furniture to keep warm. She's number 3. Oh, there we are, number 3. So John Lennon, when he was 17, 18, having left school, stayed here with Stuart Sutcliffe in a flat. It was actually featured in a daily newspaper saying how beatniks live. Beatniks. But I mean, there's a story behind that. John was such a failure at school that his Aunt Mimi went to see his headmaster, Mr. Popjoy. He said, "Can you not do something for my John?" Well, you know, pull a few strings, please, please. So I said, well, I'll look into it, my dear. Mrs. Smith, yes, yes. And Mimi Smith's husband had recently died, so I think he took pity on her and John, because his beloved uncle had died. There's a picture of John in front of these gates with all his art college classmates. Yeah, so Mr. Popjoy got John on at the art college here, which is now, like I said, the Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts. And Percy Street, after they got evicted from Gambier Terrace, number 3, he moved in with Stuart Sutcliffe, his pal. I think that's the story, something like that. And Percy Street is just down here. More elegant Georgian terraces, as you can see. Lovely. By Georgian, I mean 1700s, early 1700s. That's when King George III and IV were around. I'm not sure of the address here on Percy Street of where John and Stuart stayed, but like I said, hopefully they're still there on the roof. The ornate sundials which John has carved his initials on, because he drew a face on the back, apparently. We shall see. Mixing Percy Street. Has it been chiselled off and sold to Beatles fans? Oh no, it's still there, right in the middle there. And like I said, you got Mike McCartney, Paul's brother, as a consultant to say, do you think that's something that John might have done? He said yes. I estimate the value to be about £25,000 to £30,000. It's that middle one there. It's like that piano story today. The TV cameras were in Strawberry Fields children's home today, filming the Imagine piano that John had in his studio and composed and played Imagine on. How do you focus on that? Oh, there we are. You see, the middle bit there, on the back of that, is a carving with JL. And it's a face with JL carved initials on the bottom of it. And apparently John did that while he was staying here with his buddy, bosom pal, Stuart Sutcliffe. I just noticed the date stone there, 1887. I just like Victorian architecture. Do forgive me for being a bit of a sideliner. This had a meal here, Papillon. Starter was prawn something or other, and the meal was onion bhaji burger with fries, and I got a garlic dip. Very nice. I better check in. I was going to wait until that pub opened at 5, but I better check into my hotel. And it's within walking distance, and it's downhill. You go up to the Catholic Cathedral, turn left, 5-minute walk downhill, and it's there on the right, the Adelphi. There's been 3 different Adelphis. One was in the 1700s, another one was in the 1800s, and the current one dates from 1912, which is when my grandmother was born. And apparently the 1912 one was only built because it was decided that rather than modernise and add bathrooms and plumbing to the 1800s one, you know, when bathrooms became all the rage, they demolished it instead. It was more economically viable to demolish it and build a new hotel with private bathrooms on the same footprint of the old hotel. This is a 1930s Art Deco Liverpool Philharmonic. Buddy Holly played here March the 20th, 1958. And this is where my film was filmed from last July, when Paul McCartney went in the back way and didn't sign anything for us waiting fans and miserable out for it. And I had a reproduction poster from the Buddy Holly concert because he's a big Buddy Holly fan. There's lights on, isn't there? And I thought I've given him the Buddy Holly poster in return for an autograph, but his security man says we don't accept gifts. We don't use Scottish SAS Mark Hamilton. We don't accept gifts anymore because of the risk. That's a risk. Although because of the Russian poisonings, I suspect that's why. You never know if some loonies put something nasty on the Prezi, you know, a present for Paul. I'll go this way because at the bottom of here is a ruined church from wartime where a lot of people died. During one of Goring's bombing raids, the church was bombed and the vacuum from the explosion sucked the roof off and killed lots of people. So they preserved the church as a memorial, and there's a statue. And if we can get in the, I think you can get in the grounds, but whether it'll be open or not today, I don't know. So our next mission is check into my hotel. Well, here we are at the bombed out church, and like I said, the roof was blown in. Lots of people killed in a bombing raid. Not sure exactly when, probably 1941 in May. There was 9 days of continuous bombing and the docks got hammered. And I wonder if this was when this was bombed as well. I was going to go in, the door is unlocked, it's changed on the other door, but this iron gate is open. But that lady said, we're closed, we're closed. I like to have a look inside. There's old trees and stuff growing. And look at that, a statue of peace when They played football in no man's land in World War One. What that's got to do with World War II, when the Nazi bastards blew loads of innocent people up who went to church during a bombing raid, praying, thought they'd be safe, and bang, all the roof fell in and crushed them to death. Peace my arse, bunch of bloody Germans. Bloody Germans. I was wondering when I should have a haircut. The barber's is open there. I'll ask. My hair's like a mop. Well, here we are at my hotel, just after 4 o'clock. Hope it's not too late to check in, but they said, I said I'll check in between 1 and 2, and they said, oh, normally it's after 4. So I've timed it just right, haven't I? The amount of pubs there are in Liverpool, it's unbelievable. There we are back at St George's Hall in the distance, I don't know if you can see. The reason I'm filming this is a nice old scenario of this scene in about 1895-ish, I think. So I thought I'll do another postcard comparison, you know. Well, I'll go and check in. Oh, they've got my room booked via booking.com. We shall see. Well, while there's a queue to book in, check in, I thought I'd show you these rooms. One of them is meant to be a reproduction of the ballroom of the Titanic, because it dates from 1912, but I've never been sure which one. Quiet, isn't it? Is this the Titanic ballroom? I mentioned on Facebook to someone, and they said, oh, couldn't you have done better than the Adelphi? It's looking its age. I thought, well, I like all this Victoriana, or rather Edwardian period. Who wants to stay in a modern hotel? Lovely, this, isn't it? Bit weird being totally deserted though. Normally this should be heaving. Anyhow, see what I mean about Victorian, or rather Edwardian elegance. I think they're quite nice rooms and corridors. Where else did I have brass chandeliers and marble tiles, 1912. Someone said it, no, it's a bit dilapidated, but it would be, wouldn't it? Ouch. I banged my head here before when I was staying with my mate Kevin. They're too low. I'm 6'7", 6'8" with my boots on. Nearly there. 125. What kind of view have I got, I wonder? Oh, looks like I'm right at the end. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4, 2, 6. Bloody hell. So I've got a view of a building site and a car park. Well, I've managed to get in. My netted strip has to be below. I just worked it out. Private bathroom, private bog. That's right, isn't it? £28 a night. Breakfast is £13 extra. What's that? Guns. See a bit of cream paint, you could colour that in. Soap dish marks. I think I'll have a bath. I haven't had a bath for ages because I've only got a shower room at home. Flat screen telly. Nice double bed. Pity I'm on my own. Nice little archway. Not bad, is it? Pity about the view. Fire escape. Right, I'll put the telly on. Oh, but look at that. I could easily do that up with a bit of white paint. Stained, water stains. I'm on the first floor as well. It goes up to about 8 floors, I think. Right, kettle on, feet up, boots off. Well, I just had the kettle on. Drew Pritchard is on, but it's a repeat of Salvage Hunters. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with this room. £28 a night. I paid that in Blackpool actually when I stayed at Blackpool 3 years ago for that musical. I thought I'd show you what I bought from that Beatles shop on Matthew Street. I didn't walk around with my video camera in there.
This early 20th century box could have a value of around £1,200.
London exhibition catalogue for Mike McCartney's screen prints in aid of Parkinson's disease. 1990. Well. Yeah, they had a sale selling stuff very cheap. It's for £3.99, although it's only a thin.
You won't see many of those lying around antique shops, that's for sure. What can you do on it? You've got £2.95 on it.
And that is a book I've been after for a while actually. Even though I don't collect Beatles stuff anymore now, so I just snapped out of it. I'm always curious of what John's first wife actually wrote about him. And that's Cynthia's autobiography about her life with John. That should be interesting. Little addition to my bathroom bookshelf, £7.99 that. I've heard comments about it saying, you know, negative things, but I'll see, won't I? Yeah, so I got them in a sale. Took a few pictures with my little Pentax Z750. 7 megapixel, I got that in 2005, especially to take to London for the Live 8 concert, which I won tickets for on Radio Preston, Red Rose Radio as it was known then. And it takes better pictures than my modern 20 megapixel Aldi camera, although that's a Maginon, which is Aldi's own brand. Well, that's a good size just to slip into your pocket. Pity I couldn't take pictures at the Linda exhibition. It said due to copyright. I said, well, I've seen most of them anyway. Right, I'll have a brew, settle down, go back up to Ye Crack and do some filming there. And then walk back via Bald Street. Well, I didn't go back out after all. I was working today up at 3 AM, working 6 till 9, then came here. So, I lay on the bed and fell asleep, but I was woken at 8 by bloody crashing and banging. I don't know if the service crew are emptying the cages of washing or whatever, but bloody hell, lasted an hour. It's gone quiet now, and the radiator is blazing away. And when I was moving about in bed, my foot caught on something sharp, and I've just looked and there's a bloody spring sticking out of the mattress. And I've just took my high blood pressure capsule for the night, and I thought I'd put the telly on, and BBC 4 is showing a few John Lennon things. So I just thought I'd film this little bit to end my day out on. I didn't go back to Ye Crack, but I've been there loads of times before. Yeah, I like this period, 1974, although they put this bit of film with Mind Games song in 1973, but this film was from 74. He looks a lot healthier there than he did in later life. Yoko had him on a microbiotic diet, living off brown rice. And he can't have been more than about 9 stone when he died. Yeah, eating there. Probably can't see, it's too far away. Yeah, she's introducing a song, talking over the best bit. Number 9, Dreams, right? Good guitar at the start. So John Lennon would have been 80 today. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Well, good morning. Woke up an hour before the alarm was due to go off. Other nights, are all hotels the same? Arseholes slamming the bloody doors. These doors just require a gentle little pull to engage the lock, and your arseholes have been slamming the bloody doors, coming in at all hours. And then strangely, I rung reception at 1:30 to complain because see, it's open again. I kept getting slammed shut in the middle of the bloody night. And I thought, is it some kind of service elevator for bedding? You know, slamming it to engage the lock. And another cock up. Who scratched my foot? Because Look at that. And there's a sharp piece of the spring edge there. But all you need to do, well, I suppose all I needed to do was turn the bloody mattress round, because I felt and there's nothing at the other end. Should I turn it round myself? I think I will. There's normally an information thing though, isn't there, to, you know, leave a note for the cleaners or whatever. I'll make a brew and go to the bog and have a bath. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a bath. I've not had a bath for years. Because all I have at home is a shower room. So you could cover that up with a big mirror, couldn't you? Or something. Is that a soap? Hair and body wash. I brought me on. Lynx Africa. Got it on my hands now. And why do people pinch the inserts on the tops of the taps? Yeah, this is TT, and listen to that while I'm on the bog. Yeah, sorry I've not uploaded anything for a while. I even deleted that crap video talking about Virgin Media, partly because I thought Virgin Media, if they watch it, might not be very happy about all the dissing. Because that bloke who was meant to be handling my complaints seemed to be into bikes, and I said, oh, I've got a YouTube channel. Oh, what's it called? Oh, Steve's Hornet 900. Oh, I'll give it a look. And yet he didn't call, did he? I meant to be calling at 8:30 AM the other Wednesday, and he didn't. So I got up early for nothing. I don't know. So what's going on with Virgin Media, I do not know. Right, kettle on. You get enough fire. Well, 4 brews, I suppose. Not sure where I'm going. I might have a little walk round the shops and then go home. Right, well, talk about making your own bed. I just turn the mattress over and the other side's fine. You know, I think you're meant to turn your mattresses over, aren't you, to get even wear. Turn them round now and again and then turn them completely over, you know what I mean? Imagine none of the service staff seeing a bloody sharp spring sticking out. I don't know. Maybe that's my future in hotel housekeeping. Even one at pillowcases is inside out. With a little label on. Yeah, that one. I don't know. Right, back to me bath. Here we are, bed remade. No nasty sharp springs. That's a t-shirt I dug out from home, a John Lennon t-shirt. With Julian put Yoko behind him. That was in 1968, shortly after him and Cynthia split up, because in 68 they all went to India, Cynthia with him. And when they came back, they had some kind of bust up, so she went on holiday with a friend to Greece, came back, and he'd installed Yoko in the big house in Weybridge. And he'd obviously give her one. So they were both dressed in their pyjamas, with slippers outside the bedroom door. I don't know. It's filling the bath, is it full? No. Finally worked out how to flush the bog. You have to pump it, pump action bog. It's when you just push the lever, nothing happens. Got some stuff from work. Jack Dean, who was selling it off cheap, 50p a bottle. Smells alright. Right, I'll continue with my brew. Guy Martin is in this. It's a compilation, because of course we're no TT this year. Well, only just fit in. Hell, plastic as well. I thought it was pot, ceramic, but it's bloody plastic. Not exactly king size. I'll demonstrate that bog. Can you hear me? Microphone here. I'll put the microphone under my thumb. There we are. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And the bog, you're flushing. Now it happens, so you have to pump it like that. Keep pumping, keep pumping. Keep pumping. Keep pumping. And it's actually a very effective flush when you're pumping. But surely there's a bloody normal Tipperley system like a siphon. It should be. You get worn, don't you? Plus people mess around, a lot of people mess around in hotels. When I used to come here with that Kevin, that Beatles buddy of mine, he would put in towels. What are you doing? No, you do, don't you? You always pinch a towel or two. I said, put it back. I booked in my name, and when they know a towel's gone, they'll be complaining up to me, because it's booked in my name. Put it back. It's right, you worry too much. I said, why pinch a towel? Why pinch a towel that 1,000 people have dried their asses on? I said, will you put it back? Stop being silly. Bloody knob. And that was the last straw, because he had a strange mate that got drunk and he was throwing chips at me back in the hotel room. And the morning after, he was still ratty, so this mate of mine said, I'll take him round town and freshen him up, give him some fresh air. And they were still out at 11 AM and you meant to check out at 10. So the chap, the service manager, knocked on the door. What are you doing still here? I said, I know. I said, no, listen. My friend has took another friend out to sober him up, as he's meant to be driving us all home in his van, along with lots of records, and they're not back. Well, I want all this luggage downstairs. I'm not interested in excuses. You're meant to vacate your room by 10 o'clock. I said, I know, that's fair enough, but... I said, right, well, I'll cart all the cases down, but it'll take 2 trips down in the lifts and I'll wait in reception. Right. And then Kevin come in about bloody 11:45 with this arsehole pisshead mate of his who'd meant to be driving a van home. You do not get pissed the night before if you've got the responsibility of getting 2 others home and all the valuable records. That's another thing, the van was just crammed full of Arthur Kevin's stock from his shop. I said, all this unsold? Yeah, I did, okay. I said, yeah, but all this stuff why not just bring the creme de la creme of the stuff which will sell? I said, Blondie, £1 Blondie LP, and Stray Cats 50p, or what? Yeah, that's only 50p in pound box. Bargains. I said, well, it's just overloading the van, the bloody van. The wheels nearly collapsed. So you can imagine why I got fed up with it all. I'd like to come here on my own. It's not been a bad little trip, apart from last night. The intention was go out, have a few more beers, have a curry, and then come home about 10, which is when the pubs were meant to shut, but I just fell asleep on my bed because I've been up since 3 AM for work. Right, anyway, I'll continue with my bath. There we are, sending all the subs down to the liver mazy. Even the bath plug hasn't got a bloody chain on. They must have vandalised and pinched that because the little hook is still in the overflow. But just a split ring like I bought for all my key rings would have sorted that out. I struggled pulling a bloody plug out. I don't know. And the towels, that's the little bath mat, isn't it? Stop any puddles. And the one I've got on, only just fits. Try and breathe in. That's one for the ladies, yeah. Talking of which, yeah, a Ken Dodd joke coming up. Imagine my embarrassment. There I was, led on my bed, stark naked, and a young chambermaid walked in. Eventually. You get it, eventually, you get it. Right, I'll get dry, go down for breakfast. I've just been looking for my underarm stick, anti-sweat stick. I use them white sticks, and I thought I'd pack my Old Spice one, and obviously I haven't. Twerp. These are them keyrings I got, Sergeant Pepper keyrings, can you see? A bit dark. Let's put a light on. And I've one of the split rings off. £5 them were. They're quite good because I'll just rest the microphone anyway. They're enamelled, whereas the ones on eBay were £5 and they weren't coloured in with enamel. And that on the back called a blurb, copyright 2006 Beatles Apple Company. And I've got some 1967 pennies. And the idea, I moved the camera then, didn't I? Twerp. Yeah, the idea was, you see all that blurb on the back. Beatles 2006 copyright blah blah blah. Cover that up with a 1967 penny. I bought a bag of pennies cheap, well cheapish on eBay, and I thought buy a load of them, stick the pennies on the back so it's an original 1967 item, and then stick them on eBay at an inflated price just to make a few quid profit, which might pay for this weekend, but I don't know, I might be left with loads. Imagine if I go back and buy 10 or 20 of them. I mean 20 cost 100 quid, unless you did a discount. I might go back and just make some inquiries, see if they'll do a discount. But I bet they cost peanuts, probably made in bloody China. I keep having these money making ideas and then I end up spending 10 times what the money I could have made on silly things. Oh, that plug here, the plug, what's that plug? No, with a split ring. Not in here, that stuff, is it? I'm sure I packed it. I bought a new sponge, Lynx Africa, mouthwash, new toothbrush and toothpaste, my new Jack Dean. But no, bloody underarm. Oh well. Everything will be going in the wash when I get home. Oh, what time is it? 20 to 9ish. Time for brekkie downstairs. Full English breakfast, or I was just going to have cereal because you have Weetabix and stuff, but hang on, I thought I'm paying £14 for breakfast extra, so I might as well have a full English. I said, is it buffet? I said, I'll come here for 25 years for the Beatles thing. No, it's table service. Oh, so we'll see. I won't take my camera down there. No point filming me full English breakfast, is there? That's the other t-shirt I brought from home. Rubber sole. Or rubber sole. Rubber sole, man, rubber sole. That ain't real sole, that's rubber sole. That's rubber sole, boy, it's not real sole, it's rubber sole. In fact, that's a picture I wanted a 3D poster of. I've been after one for years, but Pyramid Posters who make them only sold it in the USA. Why? Not good in 3D, that. To add to my 3D poster collection at home. Miserable sods. And that's got John on the back, like I said. They were from Mexico. A little chap used to come from Mexico to Liverpool every year, selling t-shirts. Really good quality ones. I found my allspice. It was in my shaver pouch, silly sod, along with fresh cotton buds. Always check your shaver pouch for your allspice underarm deodorant. That's what I always say. I got some of that. They were liquid tomatoes. No, they mush them up, pureed or whatever. And it splattered on my sheet. My sheet! I got tomatoes on my sheet! So I'll grab my shirt, sit down with a broom, watch Wheelie Dealers. Sometimes it's interesting, but it's a BMW this time. I've got everything in here, yes. Not use the little soaps. They're getting a free ring off me. I've got loads at home. Not forgot anything. My bed, in fact, because I turned it over, it's a lot more comfortable on that side. I bet. Oops, the microphone dropped. I bet they're told just to turn it over once every year or something. So therefore, that new side won't have been turned over previously. I've not left any money in. See, like them stains, water stains. That's white. You can get white emulsion anywhere. White would just cover that up. Pair of ladders up, you can do that in 5 minutes easy, make it look nice. And there's a rub there, like there's an item of furniture being moved. It's just little details like that. They could give the chambermaid a little pot of paint, but they'll be on minimum wage, although so am I. But I'll be doing all sorts. Although I suppose I am a bit obsessive. View outside the window, not very nice. I noticed last night, look at that. Fag ends, lighters. A box of them bloody, there's a box of them there, what they're called. Cream chargers. They're bloody laughing gas, aren't you? All these arsehole druggies inhale it thinking, oh yeah, great this, yeah. And that looks like a games console. It's whizzed out the window and a grotty view. when me and my mate Kevin stayed here, we often get a nice view of the front of the hotel, and you can see right down to the seafront or riverfront. Right, I'll have my brew and check out and see what the weather's like, and go back to that shop where I got the Sgt. Pepper keyring, like I said, and see if he'll do a deal if I buy a few of them, 10 or so. I spotted these earlier, original gas fittings. You see, if it is genuine, I don't know. Well, that's a nice old dresser, isn't it? So 1912, I just phoned my mum to see how she is, and telling her about there's a room meant to be a replica of a Titanic room, and I think it might be the breakfast room. I've just been for my brekkie and it was very elegant. Excuse me, I just had my tea. That service lift. It'll have to do. And again, where's the stairs? These have always scared me, because they go right up. You see. Imagine if a drunk fell down there, like me. They don't match, do they? So just swap them, swap that for the one that doesn't match. Going the wrong way. was it them that were running up the fire escape? Well, has it stopped raining? Even that pub's altered from the olden times. It's got an extra bit on. Oops, bloody hell. And fell down. And yes, as usual, oh, Dickie Lewis is still there. Yeah, the pub's got a magnificent back room with all panels in, but I don't think it's that old. But that turret isn't on the old pictures. You know, I've got an old postcard of the old Adelphi with this street. That building there is a bloody Lidl, and there was an elegant old picture house there, cinema, from Victorian times, all demolished to make a Lidl. I think it was too expensive to save though, you know. Clock's not working. Right, I walked down to Matthew Street. That leather shop's in Central Station, just on the left here, where I got most of my leather jackets. Still have a dozen of them. That's that bombed out church again, and the cathedral. Right. Bye for now. Well, here I am in the Cavern Walks on Matthew Street. It looks like someone's had the same idea as me. Celebrate what would have been John's 80th birthday. Tinsel cards, all sorts, isn't there? 80th birthday cards, even some flowers. I was thinking of going down to that statue at the docks, but it's raining again. Should I go anyway? There's only that Beatles story, walk around thingy. That's down there. The actual shops in the docks aren't up to much, you know, in the Albert dock. I'm going to read some of them messages. Volunteers wanted, what for? Oh, Liverpool Beatles Appreciation Society. Global. Yeah, the ones at the docks are a much better likeness. This has always been criticised for looking out like them. Where's Bongo? Hello, Bongo. This cafe open, I could do with a nice brew. No, I know the brochures about the different tours around Liverpool. Commercial Vehicle Museum, yeah. That's an idea. I should have a look around the museums because it's near the train station instead of going to the Albert Dock again. And someone's left some flowers here as well with an Imagine lyric sheet reproduction. Imagine if that was John Lennon's Imagine written by hand. You're talking between £50,000 and £100,000 easy. Paul's handwritten lyrics fetch 25 to 35 grand. That's nice, isn't it? Single red rose. Poor John. Wacky backy stuff. And there's John again, that statue. This is a high days night hotel. Rather expensive rooms. I'll ask about them key rings again. Yes, here we are at the town hall. Scene of mass Beatlemania in 1964. And there was a civic reception for the Beatles, and John Lennon was told off by Ringo. He did a Nazi salute to all the fans, and Ringo said, "Hey, don't." Because, you know, if we'd been snapped by a newspaper, it might have made a scandal in the papers, but they could get away with murder in them days, say what they wanted. Someone was saying on the telly last night there was BBC 4 had a John Lennon night because of the 80th birthday celebrations, and he said, all the buildings in Liverpool were black and now they're all lovely and clean. They were black because of all the suits. 1897, that building. Gino De Campo, is that the actual chap himself? And up here is a sort of diagonal alley. I took a picture last time I was here in March, but let's have a walk up it. Yeah, sort of thing you'd see in London, this, isn't it? Oh, a wine shop. Not sure where it comes out. Another wine shop. A painting shop. There's a nice gold sign up here on the left as well. Oh, it comes out there. A cafe. Queen Avenue. Otherwise known as Diagonal Alley. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I just nipped in a pub because it started raining, one of the scattered heavy showers, and had the usual pint of Guinness and a double Jameson's whiskey. Sun's behind. I was going to turn around. I like these old Victorian fixings. That'd be to lower goods, wouldn't it? Or take goods up into a cellar. Not sure where this comes out, but we're back on Dale Street where the town hall is. Must be. Why am I doing this? Tiring myself out walking. Oh yeah, there it is. Library building down there. Should I go 12 at dock? I'm going to go to the museums. Well, that's a pub I went in, the Saddling. I think I'll give it up as a bad job. I'm looking for an old pub called the Pig and Whistle, which had a connection to the McCartney family. In this area somewhere. This is the Exchange Station. Nice old Victorian building. I don't know why I bother. Could be anywhere, couldn't it? So look at all the amount of pubs in Liverpool to cater for all the dockers and the sailors. The railway, and right next door the Lion Tavern. Very ornate though, weren't they? Look at the buildings, all the fancy stonework that went into making just a pub. I find it fascinating like me. And that's all they had to do, wasn't it, in them days? Just work and then get pissed on a Friday, Saturday night. Pull a bird. Moor fields. Exchange station, where the hell's that go then? It's like it's going to rain again. I thought of going to the Albert Dock, then to the museum, which is sort of within walking distance. Well, John Pearson, born 1824, died 1887, chairman of the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway, mayor of Liverpool 1871 to 2. So they're all modern because it would have been blitzed, this area, during the war. That survived. What I've been looking for in the past is the shrapnel. A lot of these buildings have got battle scars from the bombing, you know, from the blitz. And you often find big chunks out because of the shrapnel from the bombs dropping. I've not actually seen any though. I saw a TV programme all about it, but I've not seen any. If I see any, I'll film them. Yes, I've found the old Pig and Whistle, Chapel Street. Apparently there's a connection to the I've seen that there, World War II museum. What the hell is that? Yeah, a connection to the McCartney family apparently. Pig and Whistle. I'll have a look round the back because it looks semi-derelict from round the back. Yeah, looks like it's going to fall down, doesn't it? Look at that. On a view of space for satellite dishes. A Pig and Whistle. There was a light bulb on in the top floor. I'll get a picture of that further up. World War II museum, what's all that about? A temporary thing, looks a bit, well, there's still pictures in. So look at that. Pig and Whistle. I'll check this museum out. Just missed it. Replica of John Lennon's psychedelic Rolls Royce. Oh, red light. Can I catch it up? It's only a replica. Does that do Beatle tours or something? I'm not going to run. Oh, bugger. Did I catch it? Yeah, the original is now in America. He sold it in the early 70s and it went to a museum somewhere in Florida, I think. Don't say that's doing Beatle tours. It'd be alright though, wouldn't it? Rolls Royce tour of the Beatles or the John Lennon sites in Liverpool. I'm trying to avoid all this scaffolding. There's loads of bloody building work going on. Let's have a look at the Pig and Whistle again. I wonder if this is a bomb site left over from the war, or is it a recent demolition? Covent Garden. Big and whistle. See his lights on. I'll stand across the road to get a better perspective. I'm only filming this because apparently one of McCartney's aunties used to run it or something, aunties and uncles, years ago. Oh, it's better, isn't it? The corner of Covent Garden and Chapel Street. Whereabouts are we now? Approaching the riverfront. Oh, Prince's Dock. Old church and the Liver building there. Bloody hell. I bought 5 of them cheap Sgt. Pepper posters, the 3D ones, for 10 quid each. And on eBay, they're selling for a lot more. And yeah, look at the boys there. They look medieval, don't they? But it must be... Oh, tidal shame. Oh, it's a silly bloody art sculpture. All the plastic. Get on to the Chinese and the Malaysians, there's bloody tons and tons in the rivers there, not just odds and ends. I think this would be battle scarred from the war, wouldn't it? Ancient chapel demolished 1814. Saint Mary del Quay, 1257. Just where I came on my bike once, I think it was, I parked up there. All this bloody building work. I mentioned before, they say that them clock faces are bigger than Big Ben's, but I wouldn't think so, would you? There's a picture of this before they actually built this building, 1907. So before 1907 this didn't exist. What are they doing? Nothing wrong with the road before. Can you see these seagulls dancing? You know what they're doing? Stamping on the floor to coax the worms to the surface. Then vibrations make the worms appear and then they grab them and eat them. I just saw this Fab 4 store, Fab 4 cafe. Ooh. I think that's in rather poor taste or what? Not poor taste exactly, but a bit gimmicky, innit? And the old power's gone down a lot. I'll go to the statues. Very breezy. I'm going to get some salt spray off the sea or river. These are known as the 3 Graces, but these horrible blocks interfere with them, don't they? They should never have been built. Hideous concrete blocks, I think they are. What do you think? Museum of Liverpool. And this is the actual ferry terminal, but it's full of Beatles stuff. Let's see if it's open. Fancy a brew. Oh no. Closed until further notice. It said go to the Beatles store for your other souvenirs. So they got bottle openers there. Penny Lane bottle opener. What a load of chat. That's a better view of the 3 Graces, isn't it? Tower block, fancy apartments down there. Liver building there. Cunard building there from the Cunard shipping line. I'm not sure what that one is. And Edward the 7th on his horse there. So at least these three are still in view, have not been obscured by bloody concrete blocks, have they? I'll walk to the statues. What's all these flowers for? They're not for John, are they? No. Ford cafes, I don't know. We are open, good. Everyone looks like dwarves because they're actually about 7 foot tall. But they're very good likenesses, aren't they? There's meant to be clues because yeah, George's belt is full of Indian stuff. John's meant to have acorns in his hand. Paul's got a camera in his hand. Very good likenesses, aren't they? Where's the acorns? Was it talking bollocks? Oh yeah, acorns, yeah. You see, acorns. What was the Ringo one? I forgot. I've mentioned this before, but that is a White Star Line's offices. It was from the 1800s until whatever, when they fizzled out. And the White Star Line, when people wanted the bodies of the people that drowned or froze to death on the Titanic returned from America, they wanted a bloody fortune to repatriate the bodies for burial. And of course all the poor people who were on the Titanic in third class couldn't afford, and the White Star Line got slated for it. And that's the old building, White Star Line offices. And there's the Albert Dock and the Museum of Liverpool, horrible concrete block, blot on the landscape. Should we go via the salty sea air? And that's a lonely statue of Billy Fury. I was to walk up to Billy Fury. Why he's here, I don't know. He should be in the city centre along with the Beatles, although his career sort of frittered out, didn't it, once the Merseybeat boom came. Poor Billy got sort of sidelined. Part of the Larry Point stable when they all changed the name. Was he called Ron Wycherley originally? And Marty Wilde, they all had normal names. Duffy Power. What was the other one called? There were a few, weren't there? But what a place to put poor Billy, stuck on his own. I have a single on Decca, Nothing Shaking. Nothing shaking but the leaves on a tree. I wanna find love's all about. Doodle 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 doodle. After all that isn't Billy Fury. Billy Fury's further down, I think. Silly sod. That's someone with binoculars. Pigeons sheltering from the cold. Well, it's not cold. What's this then? Old boys of what? Silly sod. Captain Walker. Royal Navy. Battle of the Atlantic. It's not Billy Fury, sorry. Oh, that's a better view of the Three Graces, isn't it? Isn't that lovely? And a reflection of the White Star Line office. Oh yeah, that's a Mersey ferry. Well, Fag 4 Cafe, Mersey ferries catch your ferry across the Mersey, which normally have to go sideways because of the tide and the wind. A river murky, as John Lennon called it. And just coming in is a ferry across the Murky. Going sideways, like I said, because of the tide and the wind. Strong wind today. Royal Iris. Look at this. That's a propeller off a Lusitania. Sunk in the First World War. They say that's what got America into the First World War. The U-boats used to refuel in Ireland, who claimed to be neutral, but they helped the bloody Germans out. Pump House Pub, yeah, I might nip in there if it's open. Albert Dock, Merseyside Maritime Museum. And the the statue of Billy Fury is here, not back where I was looking before. This is a big turntable. This is a swing bridge that opens up to let ships and boats into this dock. And there's a dry dock there. I filmed that already last time on my birthday. Let's have a look at Billy Fury. Yes, matey. So you can see it's tidal, can't you? Because it's low tide now. If you fancy doing a bit of mud like in there. The height in meters, how far does it come up? See, 7 meters there. What's this tradition of locks on these chains for? And letting them go rusty? What's it all about? Here's Billy. With some flowers in his hand. That's right, Ronald Wycherley. Only 43 when he died. Oh, 42. He always had a weak eye, didn't he? Poor Billy. There's a picture of John Lennon asking for his autograph at the audition when Larry Pines wanted a backing band for Billy Fury's tour. He decided the Beatles weren't good enough, but he offered the Scottish tour with Johnny Gentle, another of his stable. After suffering health problems, Billy had a fatal heart attack in 1983 and died at the age of only 42. Poor Billy. lights off, you know. Well, I had to get a bit of film of the Albert Dock. It's a nice ship, isn't it? Catholic Cathedral there, where I was yesterday. Wonder what that is, that floating landing stage thing. They should have a band on, playing John Lennon tunes. Quite a few boats here, isn't there? Let's have a closer look at this ship. Well, it's only a little clipper, isn't it? Oh, pigeon. It's a Portuguese man of war with gun ports. Fire! With a seagull perched right on the top, as you'd expect. Nice, that, isn't it? Wouldn't fancy going on the open sea with it though. Bloody hell, I think I would be hanging over the side, puking up beep beep. Yes, here we are at the Beatles story. Been around it half a dozen times, but it's just for tourists, I think. Not a lot to appeal to, well, would I call myself a hardcore fan? The dummies are horrible. I've got some horrible dummies in a recording studio. I thought, get shut to them and have some more made. And they've altered everything because of the virus thing, or is it because people were going in the gift shop buying stuff without going around the tour, so now you have to go around the bloody tour before you can get to the gift shop, which I thought was a bit cheeky. I just bought some Beatles things from a souvenir shop. Little 3D pictures of Abbey Road and Sgt. Pepper, and a couple of jokey masks, one for my mate at work, Mr. Bean, and one for me, Freddie Mercury, only $2.99 each. Where's the hotel? Oh, there we are, Premier Inn. I was going to book there last August. It was £100 a night. My mate Kevin was at the Beatles bash and he said, why not come for one night, we'll go up pics, and I was considering it. And then I snapped, I thought, what, hang on, £100, am I going mad? So I didn't. Albert Dock, built 1841 to 46. So I'm not looking around there. It's about 18 quid as well. What an anchor. What an anchor. No taxis. I can't walk back to the station from here. I'm going to go around the museums, but that museum of Liverpool looked massive. I'd like to have a look around there, but if I was staying another night, I would. I should have booked another night, shouldn't I? Well, I just got a taxi from the Albert Dock back to here. And it's time to go home. I'm going to go to them 3 museums, the Museum of Liverpool at the Albert Dock and them 2. But I thought I'm tired because of the lack of sleep with all the bloody door banging. I thought I'd get home. Can always go to them another time, can I? If they're even worth a visit. Not sure what's in them. Years ago there used to be a load of vintage vehicles, you know, lorries and all sorts, old trams. Whether they're still there, I don't know. Yes, I'm back home. I got that in Liverpool. 32 gig SD card, $13.99. SanDisk Extreme Class 10 of course, and U3, whatever that means. 90 megabyte a second, but that's just not relevant for cameras, is it? Yes, I'm back. Oh, battery. There were no videos last weekend because I've had a gas leak at the back of here. My auntie's fella came, condemned it, turned it off, but I've mended it with some Gorilla Glue super glue gel, and he wasn't happy. I'm going to have to rip up pipe work. I said, no, you're not. Under the bloody bedroom floor, you can sod off. So, gas leak sorted with super glue. Bye for now.